The John Wick franchise is set to take a hiatus after John Wick Chapter 4, but the movie's amazing villain roster and shocking ending create major challenges for John Wick 5. In this video, I want us to talk about the phenomenal collection of villains in John Wick and how it's a smart move for it to take a break. But before I get invited to a game of cards with Killer, I'd like to say hello guys and gals, I'm Nick, and welcome to 30's Feedback. So, since its debut in 2014, the John Wick franchise has followed Keanu Reeves' eponymous assassin from avenging his slain dog to finding himself on the run from fellow mercenaries. John Wick Chapter 4 sees John fighting to gain his freedom from the High Table once and for all, with a little help from Lawrence Fishburne as the Bowery King. Ahead of John Wick Chapter 4, both Reeves and director Chad Stahelski confirmed that the John Wick franchise would be taking a break. That has been made a necessity by the ending of John Wick Chapter 4, in which John dies after his high table duel with Donnie Yen's Kane. John Wick will return in the movie spin-off Ballerina, and TV show The Continental will continue building the John Wick universe. But another entry in the main series seems a long way off, if it happens at all. With that said, the numerous antagonists of John Wick Chapter 4 demonstrate how tough an act it would be to follow, and why a break in the main series is smart. While the High Table itself is John's biggest enemy, he also faces one of its most formidable representatives in Bill Skarsgård's Marquis de Gramont, who stands in the way of John's fight for freedom. Scott Adkins portrays Killer Harkin, with Marco Zaror playing another of John's enemies, Chidi. Additionally, Donnie Yen plays John's old friend and involuntary enemy Kane in John Wick Chapter 4, with Shamir Anderson as the determined Mr. Nobody. John Wick Chapter 4's larger-than-life collection of villains sets the bar for future movies in the series very high. John's numerous antagonists not only have colourful backstories and connections to him, but are major action heroes in their own right. For John Wick 5's villains to stand a chance of creating a similar impact, there must be an extended gap following John Wick Chapter 4. Lionsgate, Reeves and Stahelski have spoken of John Wick 5 still being a possibility, even in the aftermath of John's death. John Wick Chapter 4's shocking ending demanded a higher level of villains than the franchise had ever seen, but raising the bar so drastically raises questions over how John Wick 5 can compete. With John Wick Chapter 4's outstanding reception and box office success, the franchise might have reached such a pinnacle in its fourth installment that a respite is advisable for the sake of not exhausting itself and those involved in making it. Moreover, it is arguable that John himself has earned a hiatus from constant battles, even if his death ends up proving temporary. Furthermore, a break in the series will allow Stahelski and his team enough time to map out John's next possible story and set of adversaries. The John Wick franchise has changed action movies in a remarkable way, but for its winning streak to continue, some time away from cinemas is for the best. Additionally, if John Wick 5 is to happen, accounting for John's death in a believable way is of paramount importance. John Wick faking his death with the help of Winston and the Bowery King being one plausible option. With the added challenge of topping the villains of John Wick Chapter 4, an extended break before John Wick 5 is needed both narratively and commercially. What do you guys think? If John was to return, are you happy to wait it out? And if they do, who on earth will they bring in to be the villain or villains? Let me know below.